Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliment of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Easter is coming, and that means it's time to do some spring cleaning. It's time to upgrade and refresh your home today and save up to 30% off store-wide. Change off that old lounge chair, dining room table, or any furniture item now and save big. Plus, shop our large selection of appliances, televisions, and electronics for the biggest deals. No cash, no problem. Shop with Quartz Ready Finance and pay $0 for 30 days. And before you check out, don't forget to add extended warranty with our Quartz Super Shield product, which will protect your purchase for up to 4 years. This offer is available online at shopquartz.com for a limited time only. Act now before the deals are gone. Conditions apply. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, there is a likelihood that children who become involved in the playing of the steel pan will benefit academically. This is according to Roddy Dowers of the Starlift Steel Orchestra during his appearance on VC3's Roundtable Talk. Mr. Dowers noted that in the last 10 years, there have been no less than 10 national scholars coming out of the Starlift Steel Orchestra alone. We hear more from Starlift's captain.
Children, in terms of the academics, pan could and does assist. People just don't realize it. Over the last 10 years, I would even say less than 10 years, Starlift has had a minimum of 10 national scholars. Minimum of 10 national scholars. Pan helps you to retain. I always tell the kids in the pan yard, if you could practice a panorama song and come and play it, 10 minutes of music, and you played all them notes, all them phrases, and you could remember that. There's no reason why you can't remember your schoolwork. No reason at all.
That was captain of the Starlift Steel Orchestra, Roddy Dowers. Mr. Dowers said that there have been students involved in PAN while sitting their CXC exams, even participating in both the junior and senior panorama events, who have still managed to come away with exceptional grades. The Police Youth Club is a club that caters to the youth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, according to National Coordinator of Police Youth Club, Sergeant of Police Stephen Billy. The aim of the club is to produce law-abiding, wholesome, disciplined citizens. Despite having such a noble aim, Sergeant Billy, while speaking on WEFM's Cop Chat, said that businesses have been reluctant to get on board with the club and provide support. He noted that the support given does not have to be of a financial nature. We'll hear more from Sergeant Stephen Billy.
So all the programs that we have, all the programs that we try to execute from time to time, is all geared at developing the youth to be better citizens of St. Vincent and Grenadines. So the Police Youth Club is an organization, a club that persons should be willing to come on board and to be a part of. Sad to say that I must say that there are a lot of the businesses are still reluctant to join wholeheartedly as they should. I think a lot of the times
that sponsorship you're talking about,
yes. And sometimes the sponsorship, when you talk about sponsorship, we're not just talking about sponsorship financially. You can also give of your time, your resources, your expertise, because as I said, we are trying to ensure that we mold our children in all aspects of their life and development.
That was National Coordinator of Police Youth Club, Sergeant of Police Stephen Billy. The Police Youth Club, whose motto is nurturing the nation's most valuable resource, has been active in St. Vincent and the Grenadines for over 20 years. The Stubbs Police Youth Club recently launched its male-to-male mentorship program on Saturday, February 25th, under the theme A Role to Play, Realizing My Potential. 14 secondary school boys from Forms 1 to 5 were attached to 11 mentors for a period of 1 year. Still on the local scene, the search is on for inmate Christopher Descent after he escaped while performing duties on the farm of the Belle Isle Correctional Facility on Wednesday, March 1st, 2023. Christopher Descent, a 42-year-old farmer of Mesopotamia, who is serving a 12-month prison sentence for burglary and criminal trespass. According to a release from police, he is dark in complexion, 5 feet 8 inches in height, and weighs about 160 pounds. Descent is a Vincentian national who is considered to be armed and dangerous. Members of the public have been advised to not approach him. Police are asking anyone who sees escaped inmate Christopher Descent to please call 911 999 1784 457 1211 or contact any police station or His Majesty's Prison at 1784 456 1836. The Ministry of Tourism is currently working on the rollout of new standards for vendors. Minister of Tourism Carlos James, during a press conference on Monday, said these new standards would relate to vendors at tourism sites, spa and wellness, and more. Minister James said that a lot of work that the government has done to improve and introduce new standards has gone unnoticed. We hear more from the Tourism Minister.
Currently, we are working on the rollout of new standards for vendors, vending at tourism sites, one in particular for spa and wellness, and as well as sites and attractions. One of the things that often go unnoticed is the quality of standards which we have developed in St. Vincent Island. The Tourism Authority, the Bureau of Standards, Ministry of Tourism have all worked collectively to design a series of particular standards and guidelines in which hospitality and tourism sector workers are able to operate on.
That was the Minister of Tourism, Carlos James. Minister James noted that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been credited for the quality of the standards of which it has. He said work will continue to see how best these existing standards can be improved. On to news in the region. The Grenadian government has enforced a 15% tax on all games of chance winnings above $10,000. The amendment to the Income Tax Act of 2010, which provides for the tax to be levied, was approved in 2014 by the then Keith Mitchell administration, but was never enforced. According to the legislation, a withholding tax of 15% will only be charged in the excess over $10,000 and not the full winnings, explained Permanent Secretary in Grenada's Ministry of Finance, Mike Sylvester. The law will apply to all games of chance, including lottery and bingo, the Jamaica Cleaner reports. Payment of the tax to the government will not be the duty of the winner, but the promoter of the game of chance who must make the deduction and pass it on to Grenada's Ministry of Finance. Reports by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, the FAO, have shown that the Caribbean and Latin American regions have the highest cost for healthy diets compared to other regions. In a statement, the FAO said it did an extensive analysis of how many people can in fact afford a healthy diet, one that offers a diversity of nutrient-rich food aligned with dietary guidance. The FAO said the study shows that billions of people cannot afford a healthy diet. Almost 3.1 billion people could not afford a healthy diet in 2020, an increase of 112 million more people than in 2019, reflecting the higher cost of healthy diet in 2020. This was mainly driven by Asia, where 78 million more people were unable to afford this diet, followed by Africa, and to a lesser extent by Latin America and the Caribbean. On the international scene, Elon Musk's rocket company SpaceX has launched 4 astronauts to the International Space Station for NASA, including the first person from the Arab world to go for an extended months-long stay. The Falcon rocket bolted from the Kennedy Space Center in Canaveral, Florida, shortly after midnight, illuminating the night sky as it headed up the East Coast. According to Al Jazeera, the trip to the International Space Station, a laboratory orbiting some 420 kilometers or 250 miles above Earth, was expected to take nearly 25 hours, with a rendezvous planned for about 6:15 GMT on Friday. Nearly 80 spectators from the United Arab Emirates watched from the launch site as astronaut Sultan Al Nayadi, only the second Emirati to fly to space, blasted off on his 6-month mission. They will replace US, Russian, Japanese crew that has been up there since October. And finally, in sports, Argentina's World Cup winning captain Lionel Messi has been named FIFA Men's Player of the Year. Messi, 35, scored 2 goals in the World Cup 2022 final against France, with Argentina emerging triumphant on penalties. It's amazing, it was a tremendous year, and it is an honor for me to be here tonight and win this award, said Messi. Mbappe, also nominated for the highly anticipated award of the night, scored a hat-trick in the World Cup final. Still, his achievement was overshadowed as Messi finally won the most coveted trophy in world football. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
It's the Quartz Optical Annual Frame Event. Get up to 85% off on selected frames. Book your appointment at www.quartzoptical.com. Get that frame today with no cash from 3 to 24-month credit plans. You don't want to miss it. The Annual Frame Event, up to 85% off, only at Quartz Optical. See in store for details. Quartz Optical, value you can see.